Do you think women determine their value off of what men are making?
I don't know, because you got to be that. You have to be really looking at somebody to really say, or you really have to be paying attention to whatever they have. And why would you want what they have?
What is going on, everyone's? We are here and we are back with another episode of
Is My Point Valid?
Yes, indeed. I am yours truly, Brandon D.
And I am Camille A. Stocker.
And today, first off, thank you to everybody who's tuned in. If you're here for the first time, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, all that right here. Gonna be right here. Make sure y'all hit that. It helps us grow, and we appreciate everyone who tunes in with us on a weekly basis. But there's been a lot of static, not just with black women and black men, but men and women, period. There's been a lot of static. It seems like we are not on the same page, and there's a lot of reasons for that. What do you think for yourself that the problem is between men and women?
I think that the issue between men and women is, for so long, men have called women, superwoman, and you do everything like, which a woman builds up a man or whatever. And because of that, I think women took it as, well, you're telling me I'm doing all of these things. What do I really need you for? You're telling me that I can do this and I can do this and I can do this. And the only thing I really need you for, some women don't even feel like this is sex, but like I said, some women don't even want that. And so I think the issue came, way, way before. It's just trying to be or take over because of, maybe words, or wanting to be equal, or I don't know, equity. I just wanted to say equity. Nothing. No. DEI in relationships.
Do you think feminism?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Being a feminist.
During the women's suffrage, when that was happening, there were two types of women who were fighting. So there were the feminists who were that are rah 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 today, but then there were also women who were housewives like myself who were fighting for equality, but not the equality to say I am equal to a man, but equality to say, hey, I'm a housewife, but I also have an opinion about how I would like to vote, and my opinion might differ from my husband, so allow me to do this. Or I want to be on a board for education because my children go to school. So it was stuff like that. But then you had the extreme feminist who was like, we want the same thing. We want to do what every man does. And what's his face said, yeah.
I think there's a double standard with feminism, or being a feminist, because while they're saying I want all the things that men do, they're also not willing to do the things that men do. Like, as far, let's just start with the job market. Like, there's a lot of women who want to make the same money, but men are out here putting their lives on the line for the jobs that they're doing, the police officers, the firefighters, the construction workers. But women feel as though they should get that kind of money working in the office.
Well, I should not get it if that's in the office. If I'm working in the office, I mean, not the same pay. Yeah, but why can't I get the same pay? If I went to school and I am whatever, I'm high up in the thing.
And that's also a problem, because a lot of women think because I went to school, then I should be on that same level.
No. You said if a man is going to, well, okay, if both women and men do go to college and they get the same degree, and they go into the workforce, why shouldn't that be equal pay? If we're both lawyers, attorneys, whatever, why should a man make more money than a woman?
Me, I can't speak on that because I don't know if they're not making the same money.
I don't think so.
Lawyers?
Maybe. But I'm just using that because...
But there are some women lawyers who are making more than men based off of the clientele.
Right. So
that has nothing to do with the act. That has nothing to do with the sex of the person. That has to do with clientele, who they're dealing with.
All right. So then there's different categories. Now, if we are firefighters or something, I don't even know that job.
Most women don't want to do hard jobs.
So then that's not where it's so...
But they want the same amount of money that the hard jobs are making. Like, I don't think an office worker should make anywhere near a construction worker. And that ain't even really just women, that's people, period. I don't think someone working in an office, unless you're like a lawyer or something like that, but I don't feel as though they should be making the same money.
So if I went to go work in an office, you would want me to make $10 an hour and not...
I'm not saying that.
But I'm not even asking for equal pay, but I am asking if I know how to do this job.
But that's subjective. Objectively, that's not the case with most women. They want everything that men get. But they're not willing to step in. Like for me, a construction worker. Like, there's certain things that, okay, I got a better example. Brother-in-law was in the military. On the ships, these women wanted the same money that men were making, but they couldn't do they weren't physically able to do the job that the men were doing. Like, for instance, brother-in-law was telling me how they used to carry big bombs from one side of the ship to the other. The women couldn't do that.
So why would they put them on that job? I don't give a care if they said, well, we want to be there. Why would the military put those women in those jobs if they know that they're not worthy of
Why
doing that?
would they put women in the military, period?
Well, I agree with that as well. But no, I don't agree with that. They do need women in the military, but not in. So
what is a job that a woman can do in the military?
Well, when the men were in World War II, the women were sitting and doing this. We watched Carmen Jones today. What was she doing? She was making cigarettes at the thing, doing cigarettes at the thing. So there was labor that needs to be done, paperwork that needs to be done, secretaries and all of this.
Do you think that job would call for the same amount of money that someone on the front lines is making?
Well, that's different because you're not doing the same job.
That's the military, though.
It's not. You're not doing. If I go work at your company right now, I'm not going to make what you make.
Military works like this. You get paid according to the class that you're in.
I understand that. And that's even in a job. If you are a janitor, the janitor's not going to get paid the same as whatever. We have the lowest pay. And if you're a man janitor, you're not gonna have he's not gonna have what a foreman or is making. He has to work his way up. So if a woman is in a position, and I don't agree with her being out in the field or anything like that, I do not agree with that. But if I've been in a company and I've been working this and you move me up, then yes, I deserve, and I'm not even talking about equal pay. I deserve my raises. I deserve the money that I'm working at this company.
So how does someone determine their worth?
I don't know, because you took on a job. When I took on a job at Toys R Us, which was 11 years ago, the starting pay was $7.75. Well, that was minimum wage. I don't know, is that minimum wage right now? I have no idea. It was $7.75.
11 years later.
Is it? So I need to look it up. It was $7.75. I didn't make $7.75 going in, so I don't remember. I didn't.
You made less than minimum wage?
I made more than minimum wage.
Okay.
I went up, and so every year I got a raise. Now, with that, I don't know why I'm out of breath. With that, I was getting a raise, but here's the catch with me getting the raises. According to some of my managers, I was not reaching my goals that I was supposed to as a cashier. But the reason why I got my raise is because of the job I did as the money counter, because they needed me to count money around the store. They needed me to make sure that I was training people who came to the store with money. So my worth wasn't in cashiering, but my worth, I'm just saying my worth, I don't even like using that, but my worth was in, she's good at this job, so I have to give her a raise because she's good at that. That's how I felt. It wasn't, there were, of course, I think back of house, there were people, of course, were making more money than me, but it was never like, why are they making more money? No, there were certain people. And then I knew that when I was offered the position to become a manager, oh yeah, that's more money, but that's more responsibility. And I didn't want that. So you can throw that into, I didn't want that. With women, some women a woman did take it, but I was like, no, that's not, I don't want to run a store. I don't want to be a key holder because that means.
Do you think women determine their value off of what men are making?
I don't know, because you got to be, you have to be really looking at somebody to really say, or you really have to be paying attention to whatever they have. And why would you want what they have?
And that's my issue with the Taraji P. Henson thing.
Oh.
She only based her wealth off of what she's seen other people making.
Well, so did Viola Davis.
Exactly. So,
and they based it off of what they saw. They made it a race thing. This white woman, Meryl Streep, this white woman, they're making this. Now you have somebody else who's coming out and said that in Ghostbusters, Leslie Jones said that she made less money than
the McCarthy.
What's her name? Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy made millions and she made thousands. So it was like Melissa McCarthy was on sitcoms. She was known. So,
but it wasn't a problem until she found out what the white woman was making.
So that's where it gets like, y'all are basing it off of
what you see somebody else making.
Yeah, and that's not how you live life.
So do you really know your worth, or are you just basing what you think you should be getting based off of what you see other people getting?
Their agents are telling them to take the jobs.
They're taking the jobs.
Exactly, and you're getting paid. Now, if you can't afford the lifestyle that you're doing,
you need to live within your means.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're out here doing too much.
And you can't watch people.
And you're trying to keep up with all the people who you mingle with on a regular basis, and your pockets ain't where they at. And that's when you get mad when you see that they can do things that I can't, but we're in the movies together and stuff like that. Like, how can you base your pay off of what somebody like a Brad Pitt is doing?
He's been doing it since a child.
And I'm going to say this. I've never watched a movie solely because Taraji P. Henson was in it.
But she hasn't been in anything that would be like, that would be, what is it?
Box office?
Box office.
So why do she expect box office money?
Because she feels that she's been in this game. I think, to me, in my opinion, I think if you started off like with John Singleton as a woman, you did not grow. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but if you started off in these hood
another example of that.
In these hood classics, there's Jada Pinkett Smith, there is Nia Long, there is, like, the exception I feel is Regina King. And why I say Regina King is
because she went into the producer.
Exactly.
Yeah. She upgraded herself. She wasn't just stuck in the acting. Like, even when you told me about Jada Pinkett today, she wanted to do less accredited things, like be a doggone a dancer for In Living Color.
She was all over the place.
Somebody had to tell her, no, this is what you came here for.
You came here to be an actress, and are you going to be an actress? And she pursued that.
She wanted to take the easy route. It was easy to be a dancer. It's hard.
She said she was, she went to school in the arts and all that. So even reading that book and seeing that in some cases she wanted to be equal to Will. There was jealousy in it. She didn't say it, but she had an issue with him because, and here's what I think the issue was they both started out, well, he was the first prince, but she was on a different world. And then she moves on and she gets, she was in Inkwell. She was in, what was Low Down Dirty Shame?
Inkwell.
Oh, Inkwell is Scott Lorenz take. Dwayne Martin,
I ain't never heard
Glenn Turman. Anyhow, and so she did Inkwell. She did Low Down Dirty Shame. Woo, like all of these movies, right? But Will, everybody knows Will Smith, right? Will is taking his thing and just being serious about it. Like he is an actor, as they would say.
Yeah.
And so I think with that there was some jealousy type thing, because going into it, she was an actress. Now, if she hadn't married him, where would she be? I have no idea. But they're two different careers, which would never be say she needed to have equal pay as Will when she is solely sticking to, this is me,
typical role.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, she did Nutty Professor, but then she didn't come back in Nutty Professor 2 because that was Janet Jackson. Like she did stuff, but it's nothing like you have to think about. Like, oh yeah,
it was nothing franchise type.
She was the voice of the hippo in Madagascar. That was,
I didn't even know that.
I forgot about that. I was like, there's 3 of them, and she was the voice of the hippo. I was like, hey, she did do that. I didn't know she was in Collateral, right? I was like, she's in Collateral. The Matrix.
But these are deep, just like you're saying. You don't remember them, and you don't remember her in these roles.
And I don't remember her in these roles because I'm not a Jada Pinkett fan.
I can't name you off the top of my head. I can't name you 5 movies that doggone Taraji P. Henson was in.
The Benjamin Button, Baby Boy, Acrimony.
I don't even know what that is. That sounds like a Tyler Perry movie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, sounded like a Tyler Perry movie.
Acrimony, but Acrimony.
Is that what she, the crazy woman?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember it.
She's a nut.
But like I say,
her being in Sister as like a for a little role. Yeah.
Tia and Tamara.
Mm-hmm. She was like a cheerleader or something in the episode. Yeah. I watch a lot of television.
I don't remember her, nor do I believe that she deserves anything that.
It depends on the role. Just like with Benjamin Button, right?
Anybody could have played it.
I don't know if she was the person for the role, and she agreed to it. So why come out 20 years later and say, well, he got paid money. He was the star.
She finally got wind of how much he made.
And
that's the only basis she has for wanting more. What she sees, would black women really know what they're worth if they didn't see what other people was making? That's my question. Like, that's an honest question, because every time you hear a black woman complain about their wages, it's always because because this person is making this and I only made this. That person did that and I only did this. We need more black people out here that are getting paid more. And that's solely based off of what white people are doing. But then you also have black people who will lowball you too, like Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey. And that's when she got on there and started complaining about Oprah Winfrey. Did she think Oprah was going to give her more money after you put her on blast like that? And Tyler Perry is only paying her the same wage that she's been getting.
I don't know. Well, she said Tyler Perry was the one who paid her the most when she did Acrimony, and I think she did another movie for him. But then that means that it's not your your cast.
Your cast, yeah.
It's not the cast. It's your agents and what they like,
what they're accepting, for you, for your behalf.
And then you have to tell the agent, and your agent is be like, you got to take this, you got to take this. And then if we're talking about the color purple, if you truly felt that this was not the role, or you really had to fight, then you could have said no. But because you took the role, because you knew that, I need to be seen. You have to be seen.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I don't really be caring, but honestly, it's like because at the end of the day, you're complaining about making $1 million versus someone who might have made 20 million. I don't got that. I don't have the lifestyle,
Nor would I expect that. Or request that.
But I'm just saying,
yeah,
I get it. They're in a different class. I get it. But you're acting as if, like you're saying, how do we know our worth? Who really came up with to say that, a lawyer needs to make this much and a teacher needs to make this much, right? Or football players need to make this much and basketball players need to make this much. Who came up with that? Because in my eyes, they shouldn't be getting paid. Actors and actresses and stuff.
All them entertainers.
All those, and just because you entertain me, why do you deserve millions? Why do you deserve millions and you're living off my dollar?
I think it's all out of spite too. The reason why these people are just like we watched that. What was it? Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain and
$100,000.
And he wanted
$100,000. It was Wilt Chamberlain wanted. He signed his contract
for $100,000,
and Bill Russell came back and said, "Well,
I want $100,001." Just spiteful. I want $1 more than what you're getting, so I can say I'm better than you.
Yeah.
We always comparing ourselves to other people when we need to just stay in our own lane and figure out what's best for us. But we so busy trying to get what the next person getting, and when we don't get that, I should have. He ain't got. Shut up. Y'all complaining about millions of dollars when you already a millionaire. When is it? If that's the case, it's never gonna be enough.
Ever.
You're going to be out here wanting more and more and more and more. You will never be satisfied. Maybe it's something deeper than money. Maybe you need to look deeper inside yourself and figure out what the real issue is, because I don't think it's the money. You ain't happy with something. And it might be yourself. You need to check yourself.
It is. A lot of it is, I don't want to get back on Jada Pinkett, but that was one of her issues.
She ain't like herself.
She's confused. Yeah. Confused.
Y'all looking for something in places where it's not gonna be found. Y'all need to go find God.
Like in material things. I look this.
I always want more.
You have like people work in the working class who are like, yeah, you go, girl. You tell them whatever it is, but you're struggling at your job or or whatever, and you telling her to go make. I mean, that's her right. She's doing her job, but it's just like, why complain about it?
Why we keep complaining about it?
Why complain? If I don't do this, I gotta pay. Companies have to pay their workers too.
Absolutely.
So what's the like? If you're your own entity, if you're your own business, you gotta pay your employees. But I gotta hello. Big companies do too. You think Amazon don't? You think Facebook don't? Yeah, they're billionaires, but you think they don't have to pay their employees?
And if you're not making the type of money to pay them, then maybe you need to not have them.
Like, wow.
Maybe you need to do some layoffs.
Like, is it that bad of a burden? Is it really a burden to try and pay somebody so they could have a livelihood, and they're not even they might be making $10 an hour to do your hair, $10 an hour to have your wardrobe ready, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that interns just working because they want to move up in the food chain
and work.
Who created it? But I didn't understand the whole equality pay thing. I thought when people say equal pay, It's just like, yo, I'm working this job. This is what I should get. I'm not equal to him. Well, we are equal in God's eyes. We're all equal. But in the sense of that I can do what a man does, that is not sensible.
That's not realistic.
I don't know who continues to say those things. We cannot do what a man does. I don't even want there's some things I know I can do it. I'm a fake. Like, I can't do it. So Brandon can do it for me, because why do I have to? I married a man.
A man. Some of y'all need to get y'all a man.
Look, you want me to pick that up? You couldn't do it.
I ain't strong enough.
You could, exactly. I ain't strong enough. I know I can do it, but why? And that's where I'll be confused. Like, y'all want to do that?
They want to do it until they have to do it.
Like, y'all go work at a trash place. Go work at a
come do some of this pipe fitting. So come do some of this plumbing pipe fitting and see how your day ends.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm just looking, like, the other day I saw this woman. I don't know if this has anything to do with equality or something, but she wanted lunch or whatever, and she told her dude, I guess it was her dude, and she was like, I want lunch, and he sent her $15, and because she thought it was not enough, she sent it back.
Entitlement.
And
what in the entitlement is you thinking?
I was disgusted at the comments, because women were like,
share it all.
You know your worth. I was like, shoot, I just went in Kroger.
How much money?
I just went in Kroger the other day and saw a $5 salad. I could have got 3 salads.
3 salads with $15.
3 different ones. I could have got a combo.
Who's determining the what you get when you asking somebody for something? What is the minimum?
Somebody was like, you could have just kept it and not said anything.
Yeah.
Because that could have been, he sent you $15. You said a salad, but you could have got anything. You could have lied and been like, or just said thank you.
You could have went to Whataburger and got you something.
Heck yeah, number 7.
Matter of fact, with $15, you could have went anywhere and got a salad.
And these women were like,
you know, the Panera Bread get you a good salad.
$15 is a budget. Hello. Man, look.
You should have been happy he sent you anything.
Look, and the way I be thinking, $15. Look, I can give me some fast food. Forget that. I go give me some ground beef,
some drumsticks,
look, some rice.
Man, y'all need to be a little bit more resourceful.
Like, what is this? What is this? She said the money back, and the women like, you know your worth.
That ain't nothing. So what are you really worth? Nothing. You ain't got one.
And then some people were like, you could have just asked them for a little more that wasn't going to cover. I'm like, where's this salad you getting?
She wanted $100 for a salad.
I like, what?
See, in his mind, a salad couldn't have cost more than $10.
It don't. $5.
Maybe you shouldn't ask for a salad. Maybe you should have said, I want a steak. He probably would have sent you about $100 then. But you asked for a salad. So in a man's mind, I'm going to send you with a salad. I'm going to send you enough for a salad.
And it's like no communication, because if you wanted more.
You try to shift the $250 that boy.
And somebody was like, they want women to put out or something. I was like, what? Like,
he ain't even asked for nothing in return.
No. She said what she said. He sent her money. Man, send me $20. I ain't complaining.
Straight up. Send me $20.
Man, like, you remember what
give me something.
I don't get this stuff, because when we were dating, remember I took you out to eat and you were like, just, your mind was blown.
Yeah, I ain't had to pull my money out. Or that video, it's a video out with a lady at the end of their date. She handed that boy $20, $50, something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, she the real MVP. Y'all need to take lessons from her. Yeah, she out here blessing her dude on a date. Maybe y'all need to bless somebody with some money.
Like, I just don't understand. Like,
y'all take.
Shoot, I was working. I was like, he took me out. Hey, I got it. If it was like $20.
You want to spend all his money and keep your money.
I'm like, man, look here. If I know that I want to get Brandon something, I'm gonna bust my butt on these surveys. I'm gonna tell you, look.
Yeah.
He may be the breadwinner, but I know how to
Get a little something. Little something.
Yeah.
Straight up. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Make sure y'all check out more of our videos. They're gonna be right here, not on the head, but in the video. You feel me? They right here. Check out more of our stuff. Hit us up in the comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And like always, it's love, peace, and soul. Like Soul Train, baby.